Mr. Ambassador, thank you for accepting the invitation of New TV of Crete in a strategical area of southern part of Europe. On December was signed the intergovernmental cooperation between Israel and Greece. Given the rich cultural heritage and historical intersections between Israel and Greece in general and in Crete in particular, how can both nations collaboratively develop innovative, sustainable tourism initiatives that not only drive economic growth but also navigate the complex political sensitivities inherent in the region?
Greece and Israel are neighboring countries through the Mediterranean. And we share in common rich history, and we share in common some common values and some joint interest. And therefore, the relations between Greece and Israel were developed very rapidly in the last 15 years. And both countries form a strategic partnership between the countries. It started with government to government, but it goes down to people, to business, and to all possible interactions between those elements, between government, open society, and business community. Tourism is a major component in these relations. Up to 2010, Greece was almost terra incognita to the Israeli tourists. Today, it's the prime destination for Israeli tourists that are going to Europe. More than 1 million tourists, Israeli tourists, are coming along the year. It's close. The country has a lot to offer to the Israeli tourist. It's beautiful, it's rich in culture, it's warm people, and people in Israel know how to appreciate the Greek philoxenia, and therefore we developed very rapidly. We have more than 20 destinations, between 40 to 20 destinations annually, and the number of flights that are coming from Israel to Greece are about, in the summertime, is about 108 to 200. Last year we suffered some diminishing numbers, and that's due to the conflict in the Middle East. The conflict put extra pressure on flights to Israel. There were less flights from Israel and outside of Israel. And though Greece served as a hub for transportation for Israelis that wanted to go out of Israel, the situation brought the numbers down. We see now, and we expect that this year they will go up again and will come to the numbers that we know from 2023, 2022, and more. I think that the Israelis that are coming here as tourists fell in love in Greece, fell in love in Crete. You see it by the numbers, and I think that about 10% to 12% of the Israeli tourists that are coming to Greece are passing through Crete. They are coming not only in summertime. There is a high interest in real estate, but also in the tourism business, in hotels, in cruises, and some other activities that are part of the industry. I think that there is a lot to grow on this field because people love Crete, and Crete is Greece, but is also very special. And people know how to appreciate it. It's a unique culture within Greece that people love in Israel.
It's remarkable the decrease in airports here in Crete. Arrival of Israelis in Hania for 2024 was 5,143, minus 70% compared 2023. And in airport of Heraklion was 114,920, minus 14%. What about your initiatives will you develop to increase the flow of visitors from Israel to Crete?
I think that will be changed dramatically this year if the Middle East will go out of the conflict. We have some positive signs that the open conflict in the Middle East has less intensity. We hope to some international involvement, especially based on the friendship between the United States and Israel, that will help in expanding stability and peace in the Middle East. If that happens, and we sure believe that it will happen, then tourism to Greece will grow up very dramatically. The main problem, as I said, it was that there were less flights coming in and out from Israel. All the European companies are now flying again, including, of course, the Greek companies that were among the first to return to fly to Israel. During 2024, most of the flights were flights that didn't come directly to the islands or to other destinations. Most of them were directed to Athens and to Thessaloniki and were based only on the Israeli companies. Now it's improving. I think that Crete certainly is on the map of tourism. All the people that are in the business of tourism are aware of Crete and would like to encourage again the movement. So, and I will take part of it, of course.
Talking with some Israelis tell me that they would like to be here in the winter time. So is there any initiative in this direction?
Are going also on winter tourism. Winter tourism is unique. Some of it is people that really would like to go and to do some activities that are related to winter, whether it's skiing or whether it's other, I will call it not extreme, but other winter tourist options. Greece is less developed in that sense compared to other European countries. The other type of tourism in the winter is tourism that is following sport events, music events. Greece is very close to Israel, and when people know that there is some activity, they will take a plane and come. The flight costs are going down. They were very high. Before, after COVID and before the war, you could fly to Greece like taking a bus from one side of Israel to another. $100, $80 during summer. It became very high, $300, which is expensive for a flight. Now the prices are going down, and I think that that will bring the people, again, naturally, to Crete. The more attractions, winter attractions that you'll have here, more Israelis will come. If you'll have concerts, if you'll have plays, if you'll have other activities, people will come.
And connection with the airports, of course. It's initial. So let's talk about things that have to do with geopolitics. Given the geopolitical situation, what are your plans for Syria, for which we say that you have acquired common borders with Turkey? What is your relationship now with Turkey in a very special moment?
One word about Syria. The fall of the Assad regime in Syria is a positive development. Assad regime was a brutal dictatorship, and it was part of the axis of proxies run by Iran surrounding Israel and threatening Israel, participating either actively or through support in the ongoing war that was initiated by Hamas and joined by the entire Iranian proxies, including Iran. So the fall of Assad regime is a positive development. There is no doubt that Turkey is going to be one of the forces that will be very active with the new de facto government of Syria. We have certain expectations for the future of Syria, and here we share the same vision as Greece and Europe and other countries are sharing. First, that Syria will be stabilized, that it will defend and prevent persecution of minorities, whether it's the Kurd minority in Syria or whether it's the Druze, and we will judge the new government of Syria by its action and not by its words. Because we have to remember, this government, its DNA is the jihadist movement within Syria that unfortunately were connected to Al-Qaeda in the past. So the burden of proof of change is on them. Therefore, we support relieving some of the sanctions of Syria, but with the ability to maintain or to return in order to have leverages and to see that the sovereignty of Syria will be protected while minorities are being protected and human rights are being respected. Turkey is, on the one hand, a very important country in the Eastern Mediterranean and in the Middle East. It's a regional power. Having said that, it's playing a very unconstructive role in the region. It played an unconstructive role in the region, at least from the Israeli perspective. They are one of the supporters of Hamas in Gaza. They host Hamas people in Turkey. They accept their leadership to visit. We hope that Syria will play a constructive role. And again, it will be judged by its action. Israel will defend its interest and defend its people in all our borders. And we hope that Syria will be stabilized and that we will not have to be more active within Syria.
So, what about the energy matters? In light of the Mediterranean's evolving energy security challenges and the global shift towards renewable sources, what specific collaborative strategies do you envision between Israel and Greece, particularly leveraging Crite's strategic position to advance energy independence while addressing environmental and geopolitical concerns?
We had a few ongoing ideas of how we create corridors, direct corridors between Israel and Greece and Cyprus. One of them was the East Med pipe, which is, the countries agreed that it's a good idea, but it's left to the hands of the private sector, and so far it is not advancing. Another substitute is to export the LNG, and the LNG can be exported and processed in Cyprus and to go into Greece, and from Greece through the pipelines and the grids to other places. Electricity. We believe that the future demands that all the region will be connected with electricity lines. It serves also a broader idea of connecting the Indo-Pacific area with Europe. And therefore we are speaking about IMEC. It's the India, Middle East, Europe corridor. This corridor is not only a pipe, it's a set of regulation and activities that can connect commerce, data cables, energy, etc. The great interconnector that we are speaking about will go from Greece and then from the area of Crete to Cyprus, and then from Cyprus to Israel, and it will be part of the energy cocktail of all our countries. It has a value of a symbol of creating a real bridge between our countries. It is advancing, and I believe that it has the potential to be the first interconnector, because people are speaking about other interconnectors that will be put in place and connect the Middle East with Europe. In the future, that is the future, and Greece has certain advantages. Production of green energy and also connecting the energy from Greece itself deep into Europe, whether it's through the grids of electricity that go in the Balkans or to Italy. So this is the kind of network that we believe that will be very beneficial for all our countries.
It's a matured project for you. Do you have the timetable of it?
We don't have the exact timetable because the first leg is the interconnector between Greece and Cyprus. There are already action items. Cables are being constructed. Agreements between Greece and Cyprus are already signed. I believe that it will be moving. We have some obstacles maybe in the way, but I think that there are also, all can be solved through proper negotiation and diplomacy.
And we hope to have profit, the social, the topic societies, because of these investments. We think so, huh?
I think, you know, in the business world, if you don't have benefit, it's not good business. The people that are involved think that it will be a good business, and we believe them.
So one of the major problems, Mr. Ambassador, facing the Israel investors here is the mortgage. It is much harder for them to get here a mortgage since their earring is Israeli is paid in shekels, right? Which is not considered to be a European currency. So some banks changed their policy in the last 2 years regarding this, and some not. It's not so clear. Is there something we can tell to Israeli investors?
Well, Israeli investors are used to European standards and regulation. They know how to operate. There are banking relations between Israel and Greece. I'm not familiar with the specifics, but I can tell you that I think that if an Israeli investor would like to come to Greece, he can come and make good investment. It depends on the type of business, whether it's real estate or whether it's manufacturing or other activities. What we try really to promote and what we try really to achieve, and it's in the interest of both government, is more joint ventures that will bring more technology. Now, technology is a term that is applicable to almost all fields, from agriculture to medicine, of course, to information technologies. And we think that we have a lot to do in common, from joint researches up to actual projects.
Why is so easy getting a loan of mortgage, and it's so different time of line here in Greece? Because I know some investor here, Israeli investor, that they need a loan, a mortgage, and it's easiest way to get a loan from Israel than have this procedure here.
Well, Israeli banks are, it's commercial activity. I've never went and dived into this matter. Maybe I will do it after this interview to know better this market. But I know that Israelis that would like to invest, up to now, it seems that this area of investment in real estate and in, I will say, also in the tourism industry, hotels and things like a big project like this was quite very successful. It went almost from zero to be more than 1.5 billion when it comes to Greece. But I will put more attention to it.
So we've got to change the golden visa. 2,500 purchase used to gain a golden visa. Now it was changed 800,000. Do you think it would facilitate Israelis or not? How do you estimate that initiative from Greece?
I think that the main motivation of Israeli investment is not golden visas. Many of the Israelis that are investing here has already European passports. I think that people are coming here because they like the country. They spend here real time when they invest. They are also investing in small tourism projects, sometimes Airbnb and so on, which is a different topic that is being regulated lately in Greece, like in other countries. But basically people are coming because they think that it's a good investment for them, and it's not necessarily for the golden visa. Israelis are investing in real estate in other countries, but I think that Greece is one of the more popular. People simply like the atmosphere, the environment, the landscape. They will come and spend here a couple of months, or sometimes they will live in Greece but work in Israel. So I don't see this as a kind of impediment to Israeli investment.
Mr. Ambassador, is there any question of this that replied to you and you interviewed? You are going to follow an initiative, let's say airline connection with Israel and Crete?
Well, I think that I will first would like to see that the tourists will come and the flow of tourism to Crete will continue and will grow. That will be one thing, and ahead of the summer, it's something that we would like to encourage. The second thing, I think that I would like to encourage as many as possible technological collaboration between Israel and Greece in general, and with Crete in particular. I think that you have in Crete some very esteemed institutions that can create the relevant contacts with our own institutions and to generate from it real collaboration. Part of it is business, part of it is research, but something that will advance the relations.
Do you have seen? Do you have any sign that is not facilitate the investors? Do you have something to consist in Greek government just to facilitate the investments?
A very high-level delegation coming from Israel to Athens 3 weeks ago included the heads of the industrialist organization, the Chamber of Commerce, and the Export Institute that is specified on technologies. They had a set of discussions with the government and with the private sector in Greece to look for synergies. I think that it was a very successful visit. There are some immediate outcomes of collaboration in the field of public health and medicine. There are immediate action item of a counter visit in Israel coming from Greece, and another high-level economic visit that will be coming probably next month, again to Athens. So we see that the level of interest is high. You asked about Turkey. One of the things is that Israel commerce with Turkey was stopped because Erdogan decided to stop it. And the Israeli market is looking for substitute. There was an increase in the export from Greece to Israel on fields that Israel can benefit from the production in Greece. For example, construction materials and cement and other things.
Have you remarked any obstacles in these procedures?
No, there are not really serious obstacles, and there is a goodwill. So if there will be an obstacle, I'm sure that we will be able to overcome it.
First time in Crete, what about your impressions?
First time in Crete, I wonder how I didn't come before. The first impression is wonderful. The people and the food and the music, so it's great. I hope to see more. I still have some more to see in Crete. And it's the first visit, but not the last.
Thank you very much for the interview and for your time, for your spare time to New TV of Crete. We're waiting for you for the next interview.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure.